Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Green Bay Packers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense and Matthew Stafford ready to go here. Stafford still a solid quarterback in his 11th season now, but the Lions still yet to win a playoff game under his guidance. At last year's mark of 6-10, the worst since 2012 for the Lions.
Lady, here we go, here we go, here we go. Check, 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 check.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. For Johnson, the numbers for his performance from last week: 20 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
And their success running the ball in the previous game has to give them a lot of confidence, but they also understand going against a top-5 rush defense means you have to have a lot of offense in your game plan. Misdirection, counters, power game, maybe even some quarterback run to take the heat off of the running back.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Not a productive opening drive, 3 and out, and more struggles for a team really that hasn't won a game in a long time.
It can be really discouraging for everyone else on the team, especially the guys on the other side of the ball that have to trot out there and see a little more futility in this losing streak. So I know coaches who look at these situations and say to themselves, let's be aggressive, let's go for it right here and try and turn our fortune around.
A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Love. And Lewis has it, the tight end. And down he'll go at the 25. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Now a 1st carry for their fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Throwing on 1st down. Love escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating. Steps out. That goes down as a sack and a big loss of yardage.
51 the mic, boy, 51. Watch the screen. Pass. 51 mic.
Looking to throw. Love. A throw caught by Kumaro. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And able to find Allen Lazard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 22. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. He was trying to find Equanimous St. Brown, and that'll bring up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down.
Mike, 44. Pick me up. Here we go.
Back to throw. Love, flush to his right. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And, partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this is where you have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously, the draft, free agency, maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way, you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it.
And all the way to the opposite 48. A big play there for Detroit. 41 yards.
It's not a surprise to watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player, but he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. We'll take a look at the starters here defensively for the Packers. They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Normally he's pretty reliable. He usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Stafford looks to throw again. It's caught. Jones. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 32-yard line.
We always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
1st down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. From the red zone now, Stafford. He'll find Jones again, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Stafford. He completes it to Jones. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive.
Well, a few different things that you carry forward. Number one, as you noted, they were moving it pretty well, so that gives them a lot of confidence. The second part is, keeps your defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest up a little bit. And last but not least, you've taken a good look at what you've done on offense, noted where the weaknesses are, and you know when you want to come back to them.
Like when you're organized with your points. Well done.
A, B, and C.
7 yards there and a 1st down. On 1st down, Love. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Back to throw, Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Jair Alexander in from the corner to make the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 23. And he'll be out right at the 35. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Out come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. And you can see it's no race for the top spot. That's been decided. These guys will hope to get through Week 17 in one piece before they host a division round game in 2 weeks' time.
And I think that what they'll do is they'll be very selective about who plays in this game. All right, there's certain guys that maybe are starters, but maybe haven't played as much as other guys during the year. Maybe they still need their timing back. Other guys you're going to put in bubble wrap and put them on the sidelines and tell them we'll see you in 2 weeks.
They'll try and run with their fullback. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Love. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Stafford now to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Not too many teams will use a 1st-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the 1st round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
The ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 36, Stafford, and he finds Danny Amendola. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Watch the whip.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
Let's go, defense. Get out the field, defense.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Check, Mike, 42. 42's the mark, 42's the mark.
Operating from the gun, Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Looking for Amendola, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really started to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC, and it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now it's Stafford. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down. Stafford now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Stafford gives to Johnson on the draw. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Stafford delivers this to Hawkinson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Stafford now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford, right side, it's the tight end, Hawkinson.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. It's complete to Jones. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 21. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford, and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
13 games going on here in this final Sunday of 2019, the final Sunday of the regular season. 3 more games still to come following us. Raiders, Broncos, Cards, Rams, and Niners, Seahawks. And then we'll know the 12 teams who will continue on into the playoffs starting next Saturday here on EA Sports. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Check. Fresno.
Back to throw. Love. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That 1st down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. Touchdown, Packers! Marquez Valdez-Scantling with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Crosby with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Lions now.
And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Complete. It's Johnson. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Stafford. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
He's got Amendola on the connection. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Throwing again is Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So first and 10 now from the 30. To the air again, Stafford. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Dean Lowry has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Here's Stafford. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is right down the middle. And the deficit falls under 20 now. It's a 19-point game. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal. Not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. Fielded about a yard deep.
That's it, baby.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And as they approach halftime, it's the Bears who are out in front. Mitchell Trubisky has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we'll head to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Baker Mayfield with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore and check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Off play action. Love. They'll roll him out right. And he fires one incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
On 3rd and 2. Love. He's got the hook up to Lazard. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. To throw on 2nd down. Love. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Here we go.
And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. Getting this into the hands of Turner. And he's taken down inside the 30. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Off the play fake. Love. Got a man. It's Tanyan complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Operating from the gun. Love. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing is Stafford. He completes it to Jones. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
But stop. That's a gain of 5. 3rd and 3. I'm coming for you, son.
Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down.
Kill.
Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 26. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Watch the run. It's south, baby. That's Maiden south.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
You got three down. Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here. We'll go Mike 40.
On 3rd down, Love. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The kick by Crosby is good. And that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And we peek at some of his work from this game where he's nearing the Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Eluding the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Well, apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
On 1st and 10, Love firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. On the give, this is their fullback. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Watch the safety creep. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike.
Here's 2nd and 8. The quick slant caught. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal?
Alert 3.
From the gun, Love, touchdown, Packers. Allen Lazard, his first touchdown on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else. First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Now Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it with Johnson, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, Stafford here. And it's caught here, Amendola. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now a first down throw, Stafford. Amendola's got it, complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love on the move to his left. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction and when they try and change directions. It's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Watch the boot. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on. Switch.
A give to the fullback on the dive. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, big man with the ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
At the 25-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down. Love. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. It's a gain of 4 there. It gives him a new set of downs.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Packers.
I'm coming for you. Where'd he go? Hey, check.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, he tried to bounce it outside, but that's obviously not his game. He's too much of a straight line runner.
Yeah, him in the outer third of the field, not a recipe for success. That time a loss. Throwing on 3rd and long. Love. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And Crosby puts it through, and that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Pass from Stafford, caught by Amendola. Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following that sparkling display of footwork we saw. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Christian Kirksey in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions. Because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. The Packers on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. A throw caught by Kumaro. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Throwing on 1st down. Love. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Nine yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Two yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
it looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the left hash, this from 39. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Packers, they'll wrap up the campaign an impressive 15-1. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they're going to bottom out here to wrap up this very forgettable season at 2-14. And it's fair to say wholesale changes will be forthcoming in the very near future. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.